Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. I hope you guys are all well, doing well, having fun. Summer's over, right? So anyway, I have a question from Jane. Jane wants to know if, well, she says first, I just heard about the fundamentalist group, The Family, and its hold on susceptible Mike, Mike Pillow, she calls him. Mike Lindell, the pillow guy. And influential people on both sides in the U.S. She wants to know if they would be a group of interest to read on and their ongoing influence in the U.S. and worldwide. So yeah, I say yes, let's do that. I do want to say that I know that there's a documentary in Netflix if you want to watch that as well. I think it's like 4 parts or something like that. And it is literally titled The Family. So, and there's a book also. There's a book. So great. Lots of information out there. But let's see the future, and let's answer Jane's amazing question. Good question. Okay, let me drop the camera down and get started. Okay, so I am going to use the Ciro Marchetti's Fin de Siècle, I think is the way you pronounce it, Kipper. End of the Century deck. It's an expanded edition, so those few extra cards, those 3 extra cards might be helpful. So let's see about their ongoing influence in the U.S. and worldwide. Because now they say they're trying to be transparent, but let's see if that's the key. So as usual, it's going to be, like the cards will go past, present, future. And I am going to do 21 cards just to give us the full story. And I may opt to the Lenormand afterwards if I don't get all the answers I need here. So yeah. What will be their ongoing influence in the U.S. and worldwide? Is it still going on? I mean, the original guy, what's his name, Doug Coe or whatever, he's now, he's no longer on the planet, but his sons, they pulled in a lot of politicians, between the dad and the sons. They pulled in politicians from, starting with Eisenhower. So they went from like 1935. Although when we did get to Obama's presidency, he expressed concerns over it, talked about something about like faith being twisted and distorted. And then we have to remember, Trump brought in Maria Butina and that other guy, Torshin, I can't remember his first name, from Russia, brought them both into the National Prayer Breakfast, which is what this family does. It's always been about this like National Prayer Breakfast. But Biden did speak at the last one about ending religious extremism. So anyway, but let's see the future. What is the future? Do they still have ongoing influence? Okay. I mean, like whatever happened to the separation of church and state, right? Oh, goodness. Well, right off the bat, there's the gifts. Wow, in this large community. Right. I mean, they not only, if I remember correctly, because I watched the Netflix series, but it's been a long time. But if I remember correctly, they got busted. They had been going for, let me get these laid out while I'm talking. they had been going for, like, been traveling through 18 different countries and going to try and, they're trying to collect money. And that's what they got. They got busted for. Hold on. They actually did get busted for, I can't remember the guy's name. It was a weird, he was a congressman and had a last name that started with an S. And he got, oops, I do need to move these up a little bit. He inadvertently, through his own, corruption, with I'm pretty sure it was adultering type of a scandal, type of a thing. He got busted, and then the whole organization was investigated. But then, so I guess what he did is, like, I think he created some type of a nonprofit where he could get people to donate. This is what they do, They get these wealthy people to donate jets, private jets and anything else, all these other benefits. It's like, these friends with benefits, and they get to go do whatever they want, and it's like off the books. Well, that they got busted for that. The guy did anyway, got busted, and it turned into money laundering, conspiracy, and like obstructing justice. So, yeah. So anyway, so that guy, that congressman, I can't remember his last name. He it's like he was channeling money from it was a terrorist organization, if I remember correctly, and into the family, like the family, whatever. And they got busted for channeling or for funneling money through that Heritage Foundation, right? So this is the family into the Heritage Foundation. And if it was that one, there's got to be many others, right? Okay, so anyway, opening up the reading here, we do have the gift into this big community of the family, and yes, it absolutely was worldwide, which is what reminded me to, speak to everything I just told you. With the four corners here, with the thievery, it's partly a distraction, and on another level, it has to do with literal theft, right? Because there's no paying taxes, there's no accountability. It's literally like sucking money out of the system. So there's that, and the gifts that happen from foreign cultures in this big community of money laundering. There's the investigation card right smack dab in the middle of it. So this is definitely showing the past exactly as it was. The cards are telling us exactly how it was. And if you watch that Netflix, I think it's like 5 parts or whatever. The first couple, especially the first episode, shows you how it's all set up and the people and there might be some parts you could skip over, but as it gets into like part 4 and 5, it gets really juicy. Those I ended up watching a couple of times. But so this is explaining it. So it's this community of foreign, all over the world, worldly transnational crime syndicate, money laundering, sucking money out of the system, right here, sucking money out of the system, literally stealing. And they'll act with these cards here, with this poverty card behind the back of this fraud. They will act as if they need money to keep this going. They will pretend, just like when you go to church and they're passing around, the whatever, the contributions or donations basket or whatever. I haven't been in. I can't remember the last time I went, but anyway, only this is the dark side of it, right? Because they're taking money from people who maybe couldn't afford or they're sucking money out of anywhere they can on the backs of the people, on the backs of the community. These two right here, these cards are perfect together. And it all flows down like to some man, couple of men. I didn't designate who's who. This could be Doug Coe, the original founder, even though he's long gone, because we do have the change card here. So that's interesting. Yeah, so the gifts that go to the fraudulent person that are sucked from all over the country, I mean all over the world, it's definitely thievery. And then moving over here to these other two corners. So yes, thievery in the form of gifts. There will be definitely the judicial process coming down on them. This is my judicial process card. This has to do with somebody having charges pressed on them, and their honor, their reputation, I would think would be changing. We've got a female and a male here. They're not together. They're turned away from each other. But then again, I don't know if Chiro created this deck, to well, there is an 1890s version and then a 1900s, whatever, 1910 version, and they're supposed to, I'm not sure which way he created this deck, because they should be like this, so that when they're together you can see it, but he doesn't have, you didn't, yeah, I guess it's a different, anyway, I'll let that go. So I can't say that they're not together, whoever this couple is. Because it might not be Doug Coe. This could be, the organization itself and the heads of the organization. Okay, so anyway, with this four corners here, of course, pressing charges to all the people who have worked to create this really strong foundation. So, but are they being transparent is the question about their ongoing influence in the U.S. and the worldwide community? No, absolutely not. They're hiding and they're lying and they're stealing. These two cards Knight together. They're still receiving, well, these could be gifts from the past, but in the future, the rules and regulations about, we're talking like RICO charges, money laundering, conspiracy to interfere. That's all weighing down on them. And then the change, change will have to do with all documents and communications and meetings. These two cards Knight together. This huge community, these two cards Knight together. This community of meetings and agreements, this club. This is the I see now this is standing in as the club of the family. This is like a club card. This is the teamwork, And it's a card of communication as well. This is all types of communications and documents. Wow, okay, so rules, regulations. This is the stability of the organization. This is a political situation that went to, with other countries. Wow. But now there's change. And all of this is on top of these two people, whoever they are. I don't know who they are. Unless it's one of the sons and his wife. Right? Because the dad is deceased. But they're on this journey that's coming at them. Yeah, I'm going to have to use, I think I'll have to use the Lenormand as well. But what I'm seeing here, so the theme is here. These 9 cards are really important. There's change for these frauds, you know, these con men, con women, all these people who are dishonest and who've been cheating. There's change coming for them because of the documents, communications, you know, maybe phone tapping, wire transfers, because these cards night together, the wire transfers. See, that's the thing is, you can't hide things like in the old days. Now they're doing everything by wire transfers. It's not like the old days where they used to just, you know, sit down in front of you with a big old bag of cash. You know, that's what they used to do. Bring in a big old bag of cash that came from all the resources and then, here, launder this, right? They don't do that anymore. It's all wire transfers so they can be tracked. So things will blow apart eventually, I believe, because of that. But meanwhile, there's a lot of hard work and detail going into getting all of that information and all those documents, all those wire transfers, all those verbal communications and contracts. Wow. But eventually, you know, in the future, it will be in court, and these reputations will be minimized. Yeah, but there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work. This is so interesting having the change card here facing the journey card. I guess because, you know, we can see like this line here, these 3 cards, this diagonal, which is the way you read a 3x3, you know, 9 square, 9 box, rectangle, is these all go together, and look how it has to do with their travel. This is probably speaking to how they were busted for their, you know, having this community of money laundering, conspiracy, all of that, and him being able to just like fly around and travel in whatever way he wanted to whatever countries. He and the sons did that, because all this is weighing down on them. These 2 cards could be standing in for literally like the family of all of them together, because we have, this is like, you know, the mom and the dad and the grandpa, and the family's right here. And the change card is hanging over them, controlling the family, the work of the family. Yeah, so I see them getting busted, but you know, I don't. Well, they have already, but we don't have like the prison card here. We don't have anybody getting locked up. So I will use the Lenormand and see. Let's see, or maybe I should use the deck of character. See what's going down with these guys. Well, let me go ahead and use this one. Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward, just because I have you have the camera up high enough where I can go ahead and do 21 cards there. And again, how much influence do they have? Because we did have that reputation card over here at the end showing that there is some, you know, there is some influence. And if we read that you know, get together, you know, conversation, whatever. The number 4 card that was up top, that does show some teamwork. That shows that club. Okay, so the future. Now, I think with this spread, we established this past spread. We established the past. The cards did spell out exactly what I observed on that Netflix series. So I would say that probably everything in that series is true. And now let's look more into the future. Let's let this one be all about the future for the family. And the Heritage Foundation and all these other organizations that have funneled money into this, you know, I mean, this is really awful what they've done. And, you know, this is what Sheldon Whitehouse is working hard to get rid of. Okay. There's the public. Okay. These cards are quite a bit smaller. I hope you guys can see them. Oh, you know what I could do is drop the camera down if need be. You know what? I might as well. Hold on one second. Okay, I hope that does it. Wow, there's a seduction there. And remember, this is all about their future. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay, those are good cards. I like seeing this. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, so opening up the reading here, we do have changes because of the community against the fraudsters, against this con, against this, you know, this is just like that other, you know, this is the same as, well, it's number 8, I think. Oh, come on. Yeah. The fox, here's a little between Kipper and Lenormand lesson. These two are the same. Okay? All right. Okay. Although the fox is also the thief card too. And he's also the little assassin. He's well, and so are the mice. The mice and the fox are very much alike. Okay, but anyway. So yeah. Illuminating through the public and changes to the family. This is a family card as well. The theft, the con, the grift. And the Four Corners show documents will be revealed through the public, because then they already have, but maybe some more will, or this is saying why this will happen. Because of the documents, they are, you know, the key, the solution. This is a big yes card to their challenge, their major challenge coming up. And that's because, you know, things will be seen. And the theft here, this is a loss. This is a loss, a minimization, major loss to the money, power, and protection of this organization. This is also a Russia card. So there's that. Okay. Because why was Maria Butina and, I remember the guy's name, Alexander Torshin. Like, why were they at the, at Trump's National Prayer Breakfast? Ugh. He just brought them in. So anyway, here's our theme. This is worldwide. This is a big web of people partying, traveling around, betraying the country just for their own means to bring in more money, lots of profits. But remember, this is the future. This whole thing is the future. It's going to be blown apart. The loyalties of this World Wide Web organization and their independence will be blown apart. These two cards knight together. And the moon knights up here to this sudden, shocking revelation that will end, these hidden enemies. The mountain is the hidden enemies. The coffin is the painful ending of these party people that don't care about anybody but themselves. So there's betrayal coming down the line for them. Yeah. Okay. So stress, adversity, that's going to be a big part of it as well. It might be that there are some loyal, I'm sorry, not really loyal. I don't want well, of course they're loyal, but like helpful intelligence, like intel that has been able to seduce to get key communications that will, be the end of this conflict. Looks to me like it's right here. These cards are saying that it's like it's ended already. Their sphere of influence, because the moon is very influential. It's a card of public. Both of these cards are public, but this would be like, the gathering, and this would be all three of these cards right here. The gathering of, the public interactions. This could be like on TV, print, newspaper, whatever, magazine, online. Online is here, that knight's over to the moon. All of that is ending. It's ending. They've been caught, I think. I think they've been caught, and now it's a big ol' ruh-roh. Now what do we do? Okay, interesting. Just for fun, let's use the deck of character. Why not? I'm already here. I already got all my focus into it. So let me grab it over. Oops. Okay. All right. The future of the family and all these other, the National Heritage Foundation. So this will be a follow-up to the reading I did a long time ago on the success or not of Sheldon Whitehouse and his, I can tell I have a lot of cards reversed. Maybe all of them aren't. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I haven't decided whether or not you read reversals with this deck or not. I guess you could when it comes through, but they're so slippery they can all spin around. Okay, let me focus back, sorry. The future of these dark money organizations. The future, will they have, let's see, the future about their ongoing influence. And I think with this one, I'll just focus on the U.S. And if worldwide comes in, then that's fine. I'll take that information. I'll never, push away any information you know, God, the universe, spirit wants to, great spirit wants to give me. I won't push any of it away. But well, obviously there's the first card. Okay. But I mostly want to know about the U.S. Okay, now these cards are a little bit bigger. Well, wait, are they? No, they're just a little wider. Okay, I'll be able to fit. Okay, so 1, 2, 4. 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, and then just for fun, I'm going to grab 3 off the bottom and set them over here. Oh my goodness. Slippery. Okay. So, my dear friend Melissa, I can't remember if she commented or sent me an email. She reminded me, crystals grow. Okay, so crystal candle, poet, wizard, broken heart, stereo amplifies things, and into dust. Okay, fire, gift. Yeah, the ones that want to just sit back and take the money. Lounge chair, thief, key, love potion. There's that seduction like the rose again. Tears. Okay. Tornado. Oh, good. Everything's fitting. Okay. Drunken sailor. What? Breath. Demon. Wow. Ocean. Flower. And the world. Okay, so this does open up to more than the USA. So as far as the influence or ongoing influence in the US and worldwide, which was the original question, there's a tornado that will grow and spread the dust all around the world. Okay, that's interesting. Something that can grow will be illuminated, or the growth will be illuminated, but then again, I think this could have to do with documents, because I don't know if there's a letter card in this deck. I really need to go through and study this deck more. There's 111 cards. Oh, and by the way, if you've never seen it, it is the deck of character, and if you go to that website, if you want the deck, you go to that website, then you have to scroll down to you have to go through another link that says stockist, and then scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's only one company in the UK, I think it's called Boss Magic or something, that is selling it, but it was made in the USA. But somebody in the UK bought up a bunch of the stock, and so now if you want it, you get to pay $27 in shipping on top of the original like $20 price, which wasn't bad, but 27 shipping. Yikes. And it's in the British pound, so converted to US dollars. All right, I'll stop talking about that. Okay, crystal. So something that grows, something that's bright, something that's sharp, something that brings maybe some clarity too and illumination to the documents of the Grand Poobah, the Grand Wizard, is going to create a broken heart. This to me is Doug Coe and probably whoever's taken over Whoever has taken over for Doug Coe. So this would be the sons. This would be the, the plan, the wizard plan. And here's the broken-hearted wizard, who is also, of course, a thief. That's going to be illuminated. That is going to be amplified. Wow. So the tornado of fire that illuminates the gifts and how they just sat back and took what they wanted. I'm starting to wonder if these people really did believe in, their church, or believe in. Did they really have this strong religious belief, or was it just a guise to pull in people? Because if I remember the Netflix series, the first episode shows how they pulled in a bunch of young people by telling people that they were the chosen ones, and they functioned like this secret society. They created this secret society, and the motto was like, make your organization invisible like the mafia, and tell these politicians they are the chosen ones. Like that was the that was how they did it. Right here. So in the future, there's a broken heart, because the key is, that how they did it was through seduction. Of course, that's going to bring tears all over the world. But, are we really going to be caring or compassionate about that? I don't think so. Because it's all, from the dark side. So I don't know who this drunken sailor is. He's on his head, It's like trying to give a high five or Shaka San. I mean, whatever. Oh my goodness. But he's vomiting. I don't know. Can you see that? Look at that. He's vomiting. Well, he's giving a thumbs up. Okay. So, and this bottom line is, it's the base, and there's no control. It's like the base of the reading, and these cards control this row. So these people who've been connected to this, dark organization, they're going to be vomiting. I mean, it's just, this is like, this reminds me of, hold on, let me see if I can find that little card. Remember it's called Reverie. This one. These two cards remind me of each other, especially with the lounge chair. It's just like partying all the time, flying all over the world, getting whatever they want. It was all, they created this like lifestyle for themselves where they just grifted. And of course, it's very, very dark. But as far as the future for these guys, so they had their life force, their literal breath connected to darkness all over the world, this ocean of darkness. And at the base here, it has grown, it has blossomed all over the world. But all this hanging down over, over this bottom row tells me that this will be painful for them. But again, I still don't, I don't have the jail cell card here. I don't have any indication that they'll be locked up. But we did see in the Lenormand that they would be stopped, or they already have been stopped. They will be exposed, that's for sure. and how the seduction happened. So this to me feels like could be on another level, if we read this row on another level, that this wizard could be Sheldon Whitehouse, that has some control over the thievery and how they just sat back and took the money, and he's the one with the solution that is unfolding. You know, flowers unfurl and unfold, and he ties it into like all over the world. Yeah. Okay, so what was on the bottom? Dumpster. Yeah, we know who that is. And all the workers for the dumpster, wow, in the graveyard. So there's an ending there. Yeah. I don't know which order they were in. It could even be like a graveyard for the dumpster and their workers. Could have been like that. Doesn't matter if how we read it, I don't think. Wow. Okay. So, in summary, I'm going to go out on a limb. Well, not even really a limb here. I'm going to say, because of the cards, that this will be ending and Sheldon Whitehouse will be successful. Sheldon Whitehouse and his committee over all this dark money into our politics will be successful eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take. In the Kipper, we didn't get the long time card. In the Lenormand, the mountain that was over here, down below, was, kind of in the past. Although that whole spread was about the future, so I would have to say, yeah, there's a delay while there's all the work going on. But they're going down. I think they're going down. Right? I mean, could have had dumpster fire here, but it came through this way. It's ending. It will be ending. This dumpster of all these workers that hide, this will be ending. Okay. All right. Thanks you guys for hanging in there with me. High five if you made it to the end. Okay. Take good care. Bye.